Hello everyone, Sheek here with another Transformers review. Today I will be reviewing Studio Series 8604 Autobot Hotrod. And here he is in his packaging. And as you can see, Transformers the movie. You can see his handsaw, you can see his guns, the Matrix accessories, on the back of the box. Product shots, action pose saw and his visor, and then handgun, and then his flames, and he is in the depths of Unicron. And as you can see, there's his backdrop, and of course, barcodes, series, Hot Rod, opening the Matrix, and let's go ahead and get him opened up. Alright, now that the tape is being cut, let's go ahead and pull him out of his box. Okay, so let's first take a look at this wonderful backdrop we have of Unicron's innards. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot to it, just a bunch of Unicron, his internals. I guess this is supposed to be maybe like blood vessel, energon vessels. I don't know, some sort of structure, some sort of construct in there. Okay, now here is the main event, of course. So let's go ahead and get him out of his prison. Matrix blast. Or just the light of the power of the Matrix. Sometimes they're stubborn, but I don't want to damage the effect either. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that just goes over the Matrix. Alright, come on. Ugh. Why must you fight me? Oh, and there it goes flying. And as you can see, another Matrix. Very similar to, probably, if not identical to the one in Earthrise Optimus Prime. I'd have to pull that out just to... Oh, apparently it's a number 2. Anyway, I'd have to compare them to know for sure, except on this one it looks like there's... a little bit of maybe like a paintbrush or something, hair stuck on there, but I'll use tweezers and get that off later. Anyway, there's that. Go ahead and get out his flames. There we are. Come on, focus. There we are. Okay, and then let's get out his gun that isn't secured in with a fastener. There we are. Red plastic done in nice silver. Very quite nice. Very reminiscent of the guns that his G1 toy came with. I personally have the reissue. Kind of wish I had it here, but it's way back home, so can't exactly grab it right now for comparisons. But who knows? Maybe I'll... Oh, this is also number 2 as well. But maybe also do a comparison review of G1 reissue Hot Rod, because he's actually one of my favorites. His car mode is amazing. Kind of goofy robot mode. But, G1, what do you expect? Anyway, Saw from, I guess, when he was saving Cup in the undersea scene on the Quintesson homeworld. Okay, looks like there's one more to clip on him. There we are. And got him out. And now to go ahead and get out his final gun without scratching the silver paint. And like I said, his gun's done in red with silver, and very reminiscent of the guns that the original toy came with. And set those off to the side. And set the box off to the side. this obligatory warning sheet of paper that they've started putting in recently. Not sure why, but extra warning, I guess, just in case you can't read the outside of the box. Yeah. Okay, and get out of there. For the instructions, here they are. As you can see, holding the matrix as it's lighting up. Instructions, accordion style. And lots of instructions. Oh, and as you can see, his wave mate is Scourge! Okay. Now, may as well take a look at him in his magnificent robot mode. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like his spoiler is riding a little high. It might be, might not. Still looks good. Better than, definitely much better than the Power of the Primes Hotrod, where his windshield came down to like here on his thighs. Very greatly limiting articulation. But to be fair, I mean, he was supposed to also turn to Rodimus Prime, not just Hotrod. So, I mean, all things considered, pretty good. Anyway, let's take a look at that noggin of his. Focus. Focus. There. No. There. Come on. There we are. Okay. As you can see, nice blue for his eyes. His face is done in a nice gray. Silver on his forehead. And, oh, and also dark red for the crest and crown, I guess, of his head. And you can flip that up and flip out his goggles, except on the box they look clear. They're not blue, but looks pretty cool. Looks like he's getting ready to drive a speedster or something. Although, considering he turns into a speedster, it seems unnecessary. But I think it's just more like a viewfinder type thing, or a way for him to see farther than he could otherwise. But anyway, there we go for his head. Nice flames on his chest, hood of the car, back. I mean, there's not too much kibble. Like I said, the spoiler seems a little bit larger or a little bit out of place. The articulation of his shoulders seems a bit off, but still looks good overall. On mine, the shoulders are pretty stiff, so it's kind of going to pull them apart a little bit, which could be problematic later on down the line. Really good waist swivel. Legs go up that far. Back that far, not too far. Knees, pretty little round, just over 90-degree bend. It looks like that's not wanting to stay in. Hasbro. Quality control issues abound, it would seem. Anyway, then the same on that side. Elbows that far. There is wrist swivel. Hands open and shut. Probably to hold the matrix. Let's see. Does this flip open? Let me... does it... Oh, no. There we are. Flips around. Then you can go ahead and plug on his... Come on. Plug on. His saw hand. So you can chop seawater beasties and all that. Yep. And it's spinning, ever spinning. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone modifies this to be the disc reader from Transformers Beast Wars, where Megatron's reading the golden disc. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Okay, come on. Twist off. One thing I do like about this, though, having his hand flip around and there being a peg, is that what they could have done, which I'm glad they didn't, is have this right here instead of come on, stand up, would you? Instead of having this just peg on the way they have it, they could have had to where it hangs over. There's a peg in here, and you just slide it over his hand. sort of like with Optimus's Energon axe, Megatron's mace, some of the other ones in the, I guess to be fair, this is Studio Series, so I guess they'll go a little bit further than they will with like Earthrise, but yeah, I'd say his robot mode definitely an improvement over some of the older ones, although I don't have all of them on hand, so I'm not sure if I'm necessarily the best judgment or have the best judgment on that. But I guess before I go ahead and transform him, let's go ahead and have him hold the matrix of leadership. That is, if he will cooperate. Come on, use your thumbs. Yeah, there we go. Down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, use his thumbs, hook the thumbs in like that, and close it, and then he can, oh boy, light their darkest hour. Light. Come on. Oh boy. Light. Come on. Why are you holding it crooked? There we are. There we are. Okay. I guess this is about as much as he's going to cooperate with me. But light the darkest hour. And clip. And then the matrix is hidden from view behind the glowing light. But still cool. It'd be nice. I'm sure I might be able to finagle it to have him holding it high over his head like in the movie, but I'm not sure if he's going to want to comply with that. Hang on. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Nah, never mind. He's not cooperating and his chest keeps wanting to open up. I guess that's why he gets for having such stiff shoulders, not elbows, shoulders. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to transform him. Okay, now to transform him is a little bit annoying, a little bit tricky, a little bit not exactly convoluted. After a couple of transformations, it's making a little bit more sense. But anyway, he is it's somewhat intuitive. I mean, it's alright, but I'd say that he is definitely a good, happy medium between, I guess, maybe like Generations or regular, generic, I guess, Hotrod and Masterpiece. He's definitely, like, especially with all the accessories that he has, I definitely say he's closer to the line of Masterpiece quality, with the exception of things like this, where it does not snap into place. The only thing that I'd say that makes me annoyed with this line, or the more recent lines in general, is just quality control issues. If it wasn't for that, I'd say that these are some of the best figures that they've done. Design-wise, very good. Quality control-wise, they could definitely do better. Anyway, stalling long enough. Let's go ahead and start transforming him. So, unpeg that. It looks like it already unpegged itself. Anyway, peg it, rotate, bring down. Don't want to bring it down quite just yet. I want to rotate that around. Pull out his legs because you're going to need a little bit of room for this. Flip out, snap into place, pull out, snap into place, flip feed in, fold around, snaps into place, fold around, pull around like that, and there we have the legs. Then pull this down. And then this part can be a little bit tricky, but there's tabs that go into these little holes there, and it can be a little bit tricky to, like I said, tricky to get in there. We got that one, and this one gave me a little bit of trouble last time, but let's see if I can get it a little bit quicker this time. There we go. Okay, snapped into place. Okay, that part's out of the way. Now for this, I'm going to rotate his head around, flip it in. Well, not quite yet. Want to flip out his chest. There we are. And then rotate it around. And then like that. Now we can go ahead and collapse his head. Pull this down. Then rotate. Flip out. Rotate. Rotate. Flip around. Rotate. And then go ahead and flip front part of his bumper out. And then go ahead and snap that shut. Get that all nice and squozen. Peg into the forearm. Squozen. Come on. Squeeze in there. Okay, and then press into place. And that came undone. There we are. Snap back. Yeah. Okay. Get that all nice in there. Press down. Press down. And there. Yep. There. Come on. There we go. And there he is in his sports card mode. His sports car mode is pretty cool if you can get him to stay. Come on. There we are. But it seems like when you get one side in, the other one pops out. But other than that, he is definitely a nice little hot rod. No, well, I guess pun totally intended, but can't wait to get him home so I can compare him to my other two hot rods, my G1 reissue hot rod and my Titans Returns hot rod. I really like my Titans Return hot rod, except for the headmaster part, because those headmasters tend to come a bit loose. Okay, now for storage of his weapons, there's, I do believe, you plug them into the hood like that, and like that, and then the saw plugs in on top, like that. So then you have a weird gun saw hybrid thing going on up there. It's a way to store them, I guess. At the very least, it maybe could have the saw and oh dear, saws and guns attached together so that you don't lose them. As far as storage for the Matrix, I don't know if you can store it in his chest. I mean, I suppose if you can't, well, I'm sure you can. There's probably actually enough room in there. But I don't really want to pop it open because, yeah, tricky getting him into car mode to begin with. Transformation aside, the difficulty of that, transformation aside, he is definitely nice to look at. Nice to look at, not so nice to transform. And then, of course, there's his flame effects that you can put on his tailpipes or exhaust pipes. And you can have him zooming around, as a flaming speedster should. Well, that's about it for Titans. Oh, not Titans Returns. And got Titans Returns on the brain now. Anyway, here we have Studio Series 86 Hot Rod in all his magnificence. And if you like what you see and you'd like to see more, click the like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one.